Hi Baby Half Off. I'm here today with Joyanne. She's one of our buyers from Baby Half Off. And today we're actually talking about something a little serious, but something that I think is really important to discuss and kind of get more feedback and have a personal side of it. So we're actually talking today about infertility. And Joyanne has had some experience with that, and so I asked her if we could interview her and ask her a few questions and kind of get her take on it, and then go from there, and then we get to meet her cute family later. So when did you first find out that you were having struggles or trials with infertility?
I actually found out when I was about 14 years old. I started having some medical issues, and after going to a lot of doctors and having a lot of tests done, they discovered that fertility was going to be an issue for me. Clearly I wasn't worried about it at 14, but later on we knew that it was going to be a challenge. So after we had been married for about 2 years and we were ready to start our family, we started seeing the fertility specialist and going to all the doctors and doing all the stuff that we needed to do to try and pursue starting our family.
So did you try any type of fertility treatments?
We did. We went, the really mild route of starting with Clomid, which a lot of people do, and we did that for I think 6 months. It's been a little while now, so it all blurs together. But so we started with that and didn't have any success. IUIs, which for everyone else out there who doesn't have experience with this, that stands for intrauterine insemination. And we did 5 rounds
Wow.
of insemination with no success.
Oh my goodness. And that's really hard, not only physically but emotionally. But physically too, I've watched, I have a friend who had to do that, and all the different getting your body ready and the shots and now, is it different from IVF?
It is, and we did IVF later.
Oh, okay.
The night that we found out that our last insemination didn't work is the night we actually got Lexi.
Oh.
It kind of was, one of those special little blessings that kind of took the sting away from it a little bit. So we got the call in the morning that she was going to be available for us, and 9 hours later we got to pick her up.
Wow, that's quick.
And so we got Lexi, and then about a year later is when we decided to try and start doing in vitro.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so we went through all the in vitro, and like you said, Lindsay, it's very challenging with all the medications and the shots and daily visits to the doctor. When we were doing our first round of in vitro and they were getting ready to do the embryo transfer, we were sitting there waiting for the procedure, and one of the doctors came in and actually told me that we had no good eggs and that everything was bad, is basically how he made me feel. And of course I'm like, you just put me full of all these hormones and I'm a mess. Like, he's telling me this, I'm just like sobbing on the table. And then the actual doctor came in and did a little bit of damage control. We did our first round of in vitro, and lo and behold, a few weeks later we got the wonderful news that we were pregnant.
Wow.
So that was really exciting, and we were really excited about that. And so then you have to wait, a few weeks before a few weeks later they do ultrasounds and whatever, and because they put more than just one embryo in, they had put 3 in, and so we were excited to find out how many it was going to be, and we were fully prepared for if it was 3 or 2 or 1. We were totally happy with whatever. And when we went in for that first ultrasound, they said we don't see a heartbeat. And I didn't want to believe that at first. I couldn't let myself believe that at first. I was like, no, it can't be. That can't be how it really is. There has to be a heartbeat. And they're like, well, it is still early. We should feel a heart or see a heartbeat by now, but it is a little early. But the sac is measuring the right size, but embryo isn't. So we didn't know, and so we hoped and prayed really hard and went back the next week for another ultrasound, but still the same result.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And
going through all of that is
an
emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't think you could get to that point of going through all of that and then not have it work.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? It can't be. And so we actually had a couple different issues going on, so they had to induce a miscarriage by doing some pretty extreme treatments to induce a miscarriage. And then I was brave enough to try doing it again, and we did in vitro again about 5 months later, but no success at all on that one. While we were doing the IUIs, the kind of middle step, we had decided to become certified foster parents. And we looked into private adoption, we looked into being foster parents, and it was hard, and we didn't know for sure what to do, but honestly, after a lot of thought and consideration and prayer and just really seeing what we needed to do, we really felt guided that we needed to become foster parents. We actually became foster parents and got certified, and that's when we got Lexi. Lexi was our first foster care placement, and like I said, we got her on the night or the day that we found out that the last IUI didn't work before we started the in vitro. So like the 5th round of IUI didn't work, and but what a special blessing that was. And she was 9 weeks old, and so she was just this cute little baby, and Kevin was almost 2 when he came into our home. He had been in another foster home for about a year, but for about the first year of his life, like 10 months, he was with his biological mother. Becoming a foster parent, you get to love and care for children that desperately need love and care, but you don't know if they're going to stay. And we've had 7 children in our home, 7 different foster children, and you'll get to see 2 of the most beautiful children in the world we've gotten to keep. And that's such a blessing to us, and we've been really fortunate that we know that a lot of our other children that we've had in our home have gone to other good and loving families, whatever their situation may be.
Okay, we're here tonight with the Harms family. We've got Joyanne and Tim, and then what's your name? Lexi. Lexi, how old are you?
5.
You're 5? Wow, that's so cool. Do you go to school? You do? Do you love it? Do you love school? Oh, that's so cool. What's your name?
Jessie, Kevin.
Your name's Tevin? How old are you? Are you
5.
You're 5, just like Lexi?
No, he's 3.
Are you being silly? Are you 3? What's your favorite thing to do with your mom and dad?
Go outside and play.
Oh, that's so fun. What do you play outside?
I stuff.
Oh, with all of your toys outside? That sounds like so much fun. Tevin, what do you like to do with mom and dad?
Play. And Dad and Jessie.
You like to play with them?
Yeah.
That's so fun. Well, thank you so much again, Joyanne. I really appreciate that you took the time to talk with us. And, you know, if any of you readers, if you have been through infertility and you can relate and you want to add a comment, or even if you haven't been through it, but you have appreciated what Joyanne's talked with us about, please feel free to comment. I know she would love to hear feedback and
answer any questions. If you have any questions either of me or of what we've gone through, or just anything, you know, I'm happy to answer any questions too.
You're awesome. Well, thank you so much. Bye.